How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to do a video on how to do a safety check for a new gas customer. I'm up here on top of the world right now at a not a new construction, but a substantial addition ad. I'm not sure that the camera will pick up the view at all. They've got a killer view of the lake up here. So I was called up here because they need propane up here, and the road is pretty much impassable. So I took my four-wheel drive up. They've got a 1,000-gallon tank over there. They didn't have pressure to. A regulator going into the building here. I'll show you guys how I do this, but when I first got here, I started doing a leak check. And I've been chasing leaks everywhere, and I think I'm down to the last one, so I'll show you guys that. The first problem I had was this regulator right here was leaking. As soon as you turned it on, you could just hear it leaking right there and see the vapors coming out. Had a leak right on that plug on the end right there going out. And now I'll bring you guys inside. And right here, you can see all the bubbles coming up. So originally, this was an uncapped gas line. So when you set up a propane account, you can't have any lines uncapped. So I'm assuming there was a range in here at one point, or a dryer, but this is leaking. So what I did is I turned the gas off outside, and not that one, but this one. We're going to take the plug out that I already put in. That's off. Now it's covered in sawdust. Okay. And we're going to take this off. You never just want to assume that these are going to be okay. You know, when you go into these houses, you don't know what contractor's going to be working on it. Something might get bumped. You know, and you don't get to pick and choose how accidents happen. You know, so when you're taking the liability for this stuff, really pay attention to what's in the house. This house isn't closed up yet. The noise you're hearing are the plastic over the windows flapping in the wind. It's very cold here today. Woke up this morning and I think it was 15 degrees, and I think that was the high for the day. Okay. All right, so we'll leave this all here. I'm gonna go turn the gas back on and come in and spray this. All right, so just turn that back on. Come back inside. Now this stuff I use as a commercial leak detect solution. You know, it will pick up very small leaks. You know, you'll read you can use soap and water, but it's really not that effective. So we sprayed that, and if there's a leak there, we would pretty much see bubbles by now. All right, so we're going to assume that's fixed for now. I've leak checked all the way to the building now, so everything from the tank to the building I know is leak free. So now any further issues I know are in the house. All right, so what we've got up here is a 1,000-gallon tank. Right now you can see first stage regulator. It's feeding two separate lines. One goes to the house, one goes to a generator. Right here, this is my gauge. The tank is on right now, so now I'm going to turn it off like so, and we're just going to look at the gauge and if there was any leak in the system, you would see this dial drop. All right, it'll detect a very small leak. Code says you have to hold pressure for 3 minutes, but as a rule of thumb, we hold ours for 10, just because some of the smaller leaks do take longer to show up. And it covers, if you hold it for 10 minutes, it covers some other tests automatically, which we won't get into. Now, standard, what you also want to do is drop the pressure by 10 pounds, like so. And the reason you do that is because if you were to see an increase in pressure, it would mean that your service valve isn't shutting all the way. So just as a general look at it, it doesn't look like it's leaking, but we'll hold it for the 10 minutes to be sure. And then we can leave the system on. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. Let's check the gauge and see where we're at. So if you look on there, I don't know how good the resolution is, but we had dropped it down to just above 40 pounds of pressure right at the tank here. And it hasn't dropped at all. I should also note that you can do a leak check at any point in the system. You just have to make sure you have the right gauge for it. So right here at the tank, I'm testing before the first stage regulator, so we're testing high pressure. This could be anywhere between 30 pounds and 175 pounds. Equally, I could throw a pressure tap in the side of this first stage regulator, and you could do it with a 10-pound gauge right here. Or you could go all the way into the furnace and do it from the gas valve of the furnace and just measure your 11 inches of water column. Or if you're on natural gas, you know, you're 3.5 or 5 or whatever you're at for that. Anyways, from there, all I'm gonna do is, or what I would normally do is I would go inside and get all the appliance information that's in the house. You wanna do that because most accidents that occur are homeowner caused. You know, their water heater will go out and they don't want to pay $2-3 grand for a professional to come in, so they'll go to Lowe's or Home Depot and put their own in for a few $100, and you know, that's usually when we see the issues. So you want to have paperwork that says the last time we were here, these were the appliances that were in the house. It's a little different here because we're going to have some construction heaters going, and those follow a different set of rules. So I'm not going to show you guys that. So, but in any case, that's pretty much how you do your safety check. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead, throw them down in the comments. This was a question I got to make a video on, and here you go. This is it. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.